Hey guys, it's Mystic Rain. Welcome back to my channel, and let's quickly talk about tarot and what it is. The reason why I'm making this video is because I am realizing that there isn't a lot of material that's out there that actually breaks it down to people in terms of what tarot is, right? The majority of people that'll try to teach you tarot or explain it to you will give you the logistics of it. They will tell you that it's a deck of cards, that it's made up of 78 cards. You've got your 22 majors and your 56 arcanas and yada, 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 so on and so forth. But no one is telling you the why behind tarot, why it is what it is, why it's designed the way it's designed, why you read it the way you read it. People are just giving you the logistics of it. They say, this is a card, this is the meaning of that card, and then you're expected to remember all of those meanings, all of those symbols. And then people wonder why they have such a hard time retaining that information, because they weren't given the why as to why tarot is what it is. So I'm going to give you the why and the what is it of the tarot. We all know it's a deck of cards, okay? We all know that it is plain cardstock with ink that's printed on the top of it. But what is it trying to depict? Tarot, believe it or not, is actually a system. It's very deliberate in its design and what it was meant to do. It's not by chance, right? There are two types of tarot. There's traditional tarot and then there is intuitive tarot. Most people learn by their intuitive tarot, and that's why it can be so confusing when you go on YouTube and click different videos and the meanings of the cards per person that's describing them to you does not link up, because they're not giving you the traditional meanings of the cards. Okay, they're giving you what they feel like the card means, but they probably haven't taken the time to learn traditional tarot and what tarot means traditionally. So this is what it is. Tarot is a documentary of the fool's journey from start to finish. It is a documentary of everything that happens in everyone's life from start to finish. It documents every single cycle that you can possibly think would happen or that you would step into in life from start to finish. You are the fool. It is documenting you, the fool, in your journey throughout life. That is why it has the ability to pick up on and see anything that's currently happening to you in your life. Now, why does that work? Very simple. Like energy attracts like energy. If you meditate or you see a reader and they tell you to pick a card and you pick your however many cards they tell you to pick, right? The reason why those cards came out of the deck for you is simply because that is the frequency in which you were resonating. You were resonating at a certain frequency, therefore you were drawn to the card that resonates at that frequency, and therefore you picked it. And that is why it can tell you what is currently happening in your life. It is that simple. I'm trying to say it in layman's terms because I feel like people don't give you the layman's terms. When people start talking about tarot, there's so much mysticism behind it. There's so much occult energy behind it. But it really is that simple, guys, because at the end of the day, magic itself is very simple, very self-explanatory. And 9 times out of 10, there's always answers for something and why something happens the way it happens. But that's it. That's what tarot is. It is the documentation of the fool's journey from start to finish. When you start at the beginning of the cards, you notice there is numbers, right? It goes from 0 to 21, 22 in the majors, 0 to 21 in the majors. And then it goes, and then every minor arcana will start from a 1, and then it goes through the court cards. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the cycle. 1, your first step in the cycle. 2, your second step in the cycle. 3, 4, 5, your fifth step in the cycle, and where you are at during that whole time. And it starts from the beginning, and it circles until it finishes, and that's the end of the cycle. So when you look at a deck of tarot cards, and you look at each suite in the tarot, and you line them up, you'll see a story being told from the beginning to the end. It'll show it from when you are very excited, the birth of an idea, the birth of an opportunity, and then everything that happens after that. How the ideas start flowing, how you get really excited, how you're trying to figure out how to make it work, how you think you got something, how you fail, how you want to give the whole thing up, how you decide to stand up and dust yourself off, and then you keep going, and then maybe you got a little bit of fight, a little bit of tribulation, and then you you come out in the end a winner. That is a cycle of everything in life. That is a pattern of the universe. It's simply universal law. And that is what tarot is. That is how it works. When you know that you are following a journey of a cycle and of life, it is easier to remember the definitions of every card because you know you're just in the middle of a cycle. So when you look at a card, you can simply go, well, what part of the cycle am I in right here? A lot of people don't tell you that that is what it is that you're actually learning. So when you start learning the definitions of the cards, you start learning them on a weird individual basis, and nothing connects and nothing clicks, and it's hard to remember all 78 cards that you've learned, let alone try to remember the color schemes and the symbolism and what it means when you put that card next to that card. And God forbid you're someone that reads reversals, right? That's a whole nother can of worms. It becomes very overwhelming for a lot of people, and a lot of people put the card deck down and they don't pick it back up again. But that's all it is. It is a documentation of you, the Fool, and your journey through life and everything that you may touch. The Four Suits is your coins or your earth or your pentacle suit, depending on what deck you're looking at. You got your swords or your air suit. You got your wands or your fire suit. And you've got your cups, okay, your water suit. These four things are talking about your material world and everything in it. So your money, your house, your job. It's talking about your mental state and everything that's happening in your brain from start to finish, from when you're really, really happy. So you go through that cycle, things crumble in your life. You start to feel really anxious and depressed. You get back up and then you're really, really happy again. It's documenting that cycle. It's documenting the passion that you may have, the fire behind something, and documenting the cycle from when you get a lot of passion to when you start to burn out, and what that actually looks like. And it's also documenting your emotions from the beginning into the end. And that is what those suits actually represent. It is the four things that govern us here on earth and the cycle of everything that happens within those four things. When you allow yourself to zoom back as a whole, you have then just got yourself your entire storyline through your entire life, which is called the Fool's Journey. So guys, that is it. And that is all I actually want to say. I wanted to make this video really short because I didn't think it needed to be long. I don't think it's that big of a deal in terms of how complicated people actually make it sound when you're trying to learn tarot. It's a very simple concept. When you understand that concept and you understand the fact that that is what you're looking at, it becomes very easy to start remembering the meanings of different cards because it's locked into a concept map. Most people don't give you the concept map. They're not giving you the storyline in which it's meant to play out. But that is it. That is a storyline. That is a storyline of tarot. That is what it is that you're actually reading someone's journey throughout their life from start to finish. So that's it, guys. I don't want to ramble on too much because I don't want to confuse you. I hope that's helpful. If it is, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.